Alright, so it's come to that time now where we're going to install all our power in the van. What we've got here is a Renogy DC-DC MPPT charger with the Renogy 2000 watt inverter. To run that, we've got two Giant Power from Aussie Batteries, 130 amp hour lithium batteries. That's terrible. Alright, so it's come to that time now where we're installing all our power for the van. What we've got here is a Renogy DC-DC MPPT solar controller, which basically means we can run a dual battery system from our original batteries to this, which will power these batteries, but also we'll get power from our solar straight into these. With that, we're running a 2000 watt Renogy inverter, all run by the Aussie Batteries Giant Power 130 amp hour lithium batteries. Two of those, which is going to give us 260 amps of power, which is pretty much going to run everything and some more in this van. So we'll get into it. Oh. Alright, so up the front of the van here, just where our main batteries are, we're going to put all our electronics into this cupboard here. So first thing I'm going to do is take this piece off, and then we'll mount everything inside and start wiring it up. Alright, so we're up the front of the van here. What we're going to do is basically take this piece now. Alright, so up the front of the van here, where the house batteries are up the front, what we're going to do is put our other batteries into this. Alright, so up the front of the van here, where our house batteries are for the car itself, what we're going to do is put our batteries and all our power systems in here as far away from the bed as we can as possible, so it's not as loud and it doesn't cause any chemicals either. So I'll take this first panel off here and then start mounting everything and get to wiring. Alright, so I've just stripped the wire back and added these terminals on. Now I'm just going to burn the... Alright, so these are the solar panel solar panel cables. I've just stripped them and popped a terminal onto it so I can connect it straight to the Renogy solar controller here. Put a little bit of heat shrink on it just to protect the wires. So I'm just going to burn that there. Not too much, just enough for it to suck itself in. And it obviously just hides all the cables there, just so nothing touches when it comes out. Makes for a nice secure fitting. We're able to join that straight onto the MPPT now. just like that. And so our solar panel's connected to it now. What I'll do next is join up the 2 lithium batteries onto it to get some power running into it, and that should charge our battery straight away. Then I'll add from the mains power, I'll add the battery into those, just so we can get a DC-DC solar control charge all in one section. Alright, so I've just joined our cables for our solar panels straight to our Renogy solar controller. What I'm going to do next is put our 2 batteries into here and run it to the Timothy. Alright, so I've just joined our here we go, I've just joined our solar panel straight to our Renogy solar controller. What I'm going to do next is run the 2 lithium batteries to the other side of it to get some power straight into it. So here we have it, I've just added our solar panel cable straight to the MPPT solar controller. No, you didn't. Alright, so here we have the solar panel cables running straight into our solar controller here. What I'm going to do next is add the 2 lithium batteries that'll run the rest of the van onto this side, and then also run the main batteries from the van straight to this, which would basically give us our DC to DC. So if it's a bad day like today, we're not getting a lot of sunlight, and we go for a drive, our van will keep the batteries charged. Obviously when it's sunny, the solar panels will do that trick for us. So I'll just wire this up now and stay tuned. So here we have our 2 130 amp hour lithium batteries from Aussie Batteries. What we're going to do is run them in a parallel configuration. So we're keeping the 12 volt but doubling the amperage to 260. To do that, basically we're going to run the positives to positives and the negatives to negatives, then take the positive from the main battery and the negative from the secondary, and then run it to our solar controller, which should get us power. Here we have it, we've completed our wiring of our Renogy DC-DC MPPT charger. Pop the batteries up the top here as well. All seems to be working. I'll show you on the app now just how it works, and it shows quite a few numbers on it and basically breaks down everything that you need to know about it.
This here is the My Renogy app that you can download in the App Store. So at the top there, it tells you where the power is coming from, whether it be from the alternator or the solar panels themselves. Then at the bottom, you got your battery type, how many volts is in the current batteries and the starter battery, as long as the house batteries, and some other information there. Then here is just all the details on what all the meanings of everything is inside it, which is quite handy. Then this little section here is the record of what's happened. So once it loads there, you can see how much power we've actually put into the batteries, how many times it's recharged, and how many volts and everything like that. Also in this section, you got a community section of it, so that you basically can talk to other people that have the same systems or different systems and see what they're doing and how they're using it and what they're using it for. Then in our other app, it's our Smart BMS battery app. So it tells you the combination of both batteries there, which is 54%. And then you can enter each battery individually and see what percentage it's at and how many amps it's drawing currently, which is a pretty smart app to use.
So what I've started doing now is just wiring up all the cables that are running through for our 12 volt system. So our lights, our fans, and just keeping the labels on each cable on here as well, just so when I complete the little form out here, it can tell us exactly what's on it and what one's going wrong. So I won't put any fuses in at the moment. I'll just have all of them labeled and run them all, heat shrinking them onto this little fuse box, and away we go. So here we are, just going to do some wiring up of this MaxxAir fan here. Going to use these solder splicers. They're pretty much the easiest way you can wire up 2 cables together. First things first, you just got to strip the cable. So basically leave yourself about 1 centimeter and pull the wire back to strip it all. We're not going to twist these just because the way we're going to join these 2 cables is with the solder splice. So we're just pushing them into each other. Alright, so very easy to use. All you do is pretty much just slide it over one of the cables, push it all the way through to the other side there. Try not to damage the cable like I have. Grab your other negative, and we're just going to push them straight in together like so, and try and squash them together just so they fit back through the solder splice. Then all we're going to do is slide it back over, trying not to miss any cables. Like so. Pushing it back into the middle there and over like this. Grab yourself a heat gun or a lighter and we're basically just going to burn it. Like so. So pretty much the two red bits on the outside here, they're a heat shrink that cover the outsides and basically waterproof it. The one in the middle is a solder, very malleable solder, so when you heat it up it does shrink and pull tight. As soon as you're done heating it up, don't pull on it straight away. You've got to let it cool down because the plastic is still a bit stretchy. But once you've done that, it's all good to go.